Hi, this is Rachelle with Scrapcraftastic, and I am going to be working on a journal cover using the policy folio method that I shared in a recent one page wonder or one sheet wonder video. I'll link to that video in the description box below if you want to check it out. But basically, what I'm going to do is kind of adjust the measurements and make a journal cover. I'll be using this paper, which is one of the two paper pads that I have with African American theme, Black History kind of theme to them. This is by Capital Sheep Designs. It is from Michaels from 2021 by Craftsmith. Pretty sure it's no longer available. You may be able to find it on eBay or somewhere like that. Maybe Etsy or something. I don't know. This paper pad actually got damaged by a spilled bottle of peroxide, and it damaged all of the pages to a certain extent, but I think it's still usable for the most part. But this is what most of the papers look like. I've taken some out. I've used some in another project, which is I think I might use this paper, which is linked in the description box below. So yeah, I think I want to use the black paper. I also really like this one too. And then I have some that I had pulled out other places. Okay, so let's go with this. I think I used this on the other project too. But I only have two sheets. Got to make this count. So I'm going to go to my other paper trimmer and trim this off so that we can have 12 by 12. So here we go. There's the damage. All right. So I actually drew myself a little sketch with some inaccurate measurements on it, but let's see what we can do to make it right. I'm going to start with the front cover, which is going to be this sheet. And I'm going to score lightly until I'm sure I got it right at 1.5. Then I want this to be 5.5. So I'm going to score at 7. And this is with the top at the top. So the top of my paper is at the top of the scoreboard. Okay. Then I'm going to score, I need to go over to 4.5 inches. So 4.5. That's going to be at 11.5. Sorry, 11.5. So I scored at 1.5, 7, and 11.5. Then I'm going to turn the top to the left. Okay. And I'm going to score at 1.5. And then I'm going to score at 10. So with the top to the left of the scoreboard, 1.5 and 10. And that's going to be my top and bottom flaps to create the policy closure. Okay. Now this piece, and then I did the reinforcing the edge. That's this 1/2 inch here. So that reinforced my edge. That makes this a little bit shorter so it doesn't, it's going to be a flap that doesn't interfere with anything once we start working on the inside. And then this is going to be the spine flap. So this will be the spine. And we're going to connect the other piece to it. Okay, does that make sense? Okay, I'm going to go ahead and score the other piece as well. With the bottom at the top, I'm going to do those same scores. So 1.5. This is the bottom at the top. 1.5, 7, and 11.5. I'm going to turn this around and just do 1/2 inch, because basically that's what it is, and it's easier for me to score. And since the paper is damaged, that's why it's easier for me to do it. So 1.5, 7, and 11.5 with the bottom to the top of the scoreboard. So the bottom of the paper to the top of the scoreboard. Then we can turn it around with the top to the left. Do 1.5, top to the left, 1.5, and 10. All right. So this is our other part of our folio. I'm going to fold this over. I don't think that pinky is going to make a difference, and I can cover it if I need to. This is going to be our spine piece. Then this flap is going to turn fold over like this. So once everything is put together, okay, once everything is put together, this is going to attach to this. Now, it would have been nice if I could have attached this to it where the paper is damaged, but I can't. So basically, this is kind of what we're working with. We got to do some trimming and cutting some pieces out, but this is kind of what we're working with. So the first bits that I'm going to cut out are these small little triangles on the sides. So this can go. Did I say triangles? Rectangles. Rectangles. The small little rectangle corners. These corner pieces. So let's get rid of that. Get rid of that. Same on here. Now this is spine area. So I'm not going to cut these. Oh, yes, I am. I'm going to cut one of them completely off. So this is the back cover. I think I'm going to keep them on the back cover. So the little corner rectangular pieces, I'm going to keep on the back and cut them off on the front. Yes. So I'm going to cut these corners off completely. Then I need to separate my flaps. I'm so not used to them being like this, but I'm going to separate them. I'm just going to cut on either side of the score and just take a little slither out. So just a little slither where that score mark is. So I'm cutting to the left and right of the score marks. All right. So there we go. We got our two pieces. It looks so yucky with that on there, but we're going to cover it for the most part. All right. So these two pieces are going to go together right here. And this is going to fold over. Keep this, and this is going to fold over like that, just to give it a little more reinforcement. And I may end up trimming some off somewhere so that everything will lay like it needs to. Let's do that now, just to make sure. So I think I got what I basically just did was cut off all the score marks. So that gives me room for the paper to fold neatly wherever I want to fold it at. So like here and here, it folds over neatly. That folds over neatly. Okay, so before I attach them together, I'm going to round my corners. I'm using We Are Memory Keepers corner rounder, and I'm using the 1/2 inch option. And I probably could just use my little handheld one, little lightweight one, but we'll go with We Are Memory Keepers today. And I probably should have because this is awkward. Okay, now I remember why I started using the handheld punch. It's so much less cumbersome and clunky to use. Even though I like the We Are Memory Keepers punch because if I'm punching multiple pages, it can do it. It can handle it. All right, so let's use this one on here. Okay. And then we're going to do the same thing on this 1/2 inch flap on this one. So to do that, I'm just folding back out of the way the other flaps that have already been rounded. So I'll have to use that again once I mat the pages. Let's go ahead, I think, and put these two together so it's not so much flipping and flopping. This is gonna go like this, actually. So that's gonna go like that. Let's put some tape down first. So I'm gonna use double-sided tape. Am I gonna use it all the way down? Yep, I am. You could just use wet glue. I got tape that I need to use up, and it's really easy to get all the way to the edge with the tape. Burnish down the tape. No, I'm not gonna do that. I was gonna put tape here too, but I'm not gonna worry about it because this is gonna catch this part of it. So this piece will catch here. It won't catch the top and bottom, but I can just use regular glue for that. Okay, I'm almost out of this Fabri-Tac, but I need to finish using it. So we're gonna finish it. I've been gluing all day. Let me burnish this some more. It's not coming up. That might have been too close to the fold. I try to cut everything away from the fold. I think we're good. Just a little tight. There we go. All right, so this is gonna go like this is gonna go like this is gonna go like that. And that is our spine. It looks a little weird. Okay. So if I fold this way, I can fold this way and this way. I don't think I want the flaps to be on the front because I'm gonna do a topper on the front. So these flaps are gonna be on the inside here and here. That's gonna go like that. Okay. It's gonna go here and here. You won't see it that it's the same because it's gonna have pages here. And then this will go here and here. This will go there. I guess I can remove this because we're done with it for the moment. Okay. So all of that's gonna go like that, and then this is it. This is the cover of the journal. It's the back. It's the spine area. That's two pieces of 12 by 12. And when we open it, we'll have flap spaces. We'll have the policy closure here, here, and here. We got a spine where we can add in some journal pages. I can reinforce this with, what can I reinforce it with? I can use some of this extra file folder piece that I got laying over here, or I could just use another piece of cardstock, or I could use some of my fabric tape from Tim Holtz, or I could make my own fabric tape, and maybe we'll do that. It would need to be black. I think we'll make our own tape. I've done it before on my other channel, Journal Life's Journey. I'll link to that channel in the iCard up above, but we're going to make our tape together here. In the meantime, I guess I can stop here. I hate to do that, but this is going to be an ongoing project. And before I can do anything more, I need to make the tape. So I'm going to do a separate video on the tape um, because I'm going to have to let the tape dry anyway. So I'm going to do a separate video on the tape. Then we'll come back and do the matting on the white paper because I don't want the white paper. And I got plenty of paper in that paper pad to use, so we're going to get it used. All right, so hopefully that makes sense if you saw the previous video. If you want me to put the measurements in the description box, or if you want the measurements, I could maybe do a measurement sheet. Let me know in the comments. Not sure how I feel about this seam thing right here, but we could easily do something to disguise that. I should have thought of maybe putting the seam more towards the back instead of the front. All right, so that is how you can use that policy folio to make a journal cover. This is just the base. We will come back and do some covering, matting, and again, I'm going to have to make some tape. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up, and you may be interested in this other video. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.